frankly, we're keeping it rather clear heading out the door over the nenext couple of hours. Looking out over the Willamette Valley, a beautiful sunrise. Could definitely see a cloud or two.
We have made it to Thursday, second to last day here on NBC 16 today of the work week. That's good news. The weather turning a little bit. That's good news. Football's a couple days away for a lot of folks. I don't know yourself included or not, but good news.
I feel like since I'm here living in Eugene, I have to be immersed with everything, right? The other day I said I'm a Bigfoot believer. I'll get behind the football too.
The football. Classic.
We know I'm not a huge college football person.
Lily is a football fan. Don't let
the
football fool you. She's got her terrible towel at her desk. Big Pittsburgh Steelers girly.
But it's okay. Give me, I'm glad I'm here at the start of the season so I can follow the Ducks.
I'm going to give you one trip to Autzen before you are fully convinced. It is so much fun to be there.
I'm already convinced. I just want to be immersed in everything.
That's right.
I'm open to it all.
She's perfect for the role. We'll take a look at a beautiful sunrise this morning, see exactly how it's going to shape up as we move forward through the rest of the day. Goodness, that is a great shot coming off of Blanton Studios this morning as the sun begins to peak up and bring some warmth with it, but not too much heat, just some warmth today. We're kind of seeing that cooling trend continue to take hold. As you can tell in these early morning hours, an important cool off in central and eastern Oregon where we have some big wildfires burning at this moment. Same story along the I-5 corridor where there were some lightning fires starting up as well. Higher humidity, lower temperatures. Things are looking a little bit nicer for battling those blazes as we move through the week. Temperatures are still in the mid 50s, low 60s across the region. It's just the Umpqua Valley that really sees those 60-degree range temperatures up even to 66 there at Silver Butte. Excuse me. As we look at the satellite radar, not a whole lot of activity going on in our region. Off of the coast, you've got some cloud coverage, and there's some light chances that activity out into the Cascades and into central Oregon as well could provide some lightning strikes in that area, as well as, some moisture that could do some good and bad news as far as wildfire fights are considered. Winds are going to be ticking up a little bit today, but only into the low double digits as far as the gusts are concerned. And once the sun does fully rise, it will bring some warmth with it up into the mid and upper 80s at the warmest parts of our day.
It was like right beside me. I was like 2 seats away from the stained glass windows. So they were like, the shots were like right next to me.
Don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying.
I thought it was just something, then when I heard it again, I just ran under the pew. And then I covered my head.
It was the first week of school. They were in a church. These are kids that should be learning with their friends.
My friend Victor saved me though, because he laid on top of me, but he got hit.
They should be playing on the playground. They should be able to go to school or church in peace without the fear or risk of violence.
He's really brave, and I hope he's good in the hospital.
2 children dead, 17 others injured in a church shooting in Minnesota. Witnesses recounting what happened.
Well, right when I heard the shots, I knew something was off. I didn't think that they would have, a lot of my classmates thought it was confetti and fireworks, but I didn't think they would have that during the middle of the church service. So honestly, it was just, at that point, I was like, I want to try to keep everybody as safe as possible. So I told me and my 2 buddies to get down and to get under the pew. And right when I told them that, it was like a state of shock for me, and I knew that I had to try to keep as many people around me as I could safe.
Trump has ordered flags to half staff, praising first responders and sending prayers for the victims of the devastating mass shooting that again left 2 children dead and several injured.
Heartbreaking video watching these children recount what happened to them in a place of sanctuary. It should be infuriating to everybody watching. While the unthinkable becomes reality once again in this country, NBC's Alice Barr has reaction from officials regarding a reignited gun control debate.
In a moment of unspeakable tragedy for a school community, a city, and the nation, Minneapolis leaders demanding more than words.
Don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church.
The shooter's bullets blasted through stained glass windows at Annunciation Catholic School, killed an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old, injured 17 others, and reignited the country's long simmering debate over gun safety.
I met one of the families last night that lost their little girl The sister was there holding a stuffed bear. It's things you don't ever forget.
Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar pressing for a renewed assault weapons ban.
Better background checks. Triggers if a number of guns are purchased at once. Triggers on age. Triggers on assault weapons.
President Trump saying he's been fully briefed and that the FBI responded quickly. He ordered flags to fly at half staff and offered his support and condolences in a phone call with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. The president has so far opposed gun control measures, saying this in April after 2 people were killed in a shooting at Florida State University.
I'm a big advocate of the Second Amendment. I have been from the beginning. I protected it. And these things are terrible, but the gun doesn't do the shooting, the people do.
The president often putting the focus on mental health as pressing questions remain about the Minneapolis shooter who posted hate-filled messages before firing the fatal shots and taking their own life and the community's light. Investigators say the suspected killer had no prior criminal history and recently legally purchased the pistol, rifle, and shotgun used in the shooting. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
The time is now 6:06. We're getting a better look at how districts are handling Governor Kotek's new cell phone use ban, all while addressing parent concerns over communicating with their children in case of an emergency. The governor's executive order says schools must implement the new rules by January 1st, but the Bethel School District says the change starts on the first day of school. While Bethel has already implemented a ban on cell phone use during instructions, phones will also need to be put away during passing periods and lunch breaks. The district says the first few weeks of school will be used to experiment with what works and what doesn't. One question on many parents' minds is how they'll communicate with their child during an emergency.
There is an impression that we are safer with our cell phones around us. What we're also learning in partnership with the Eugene Police Department and our school resource officer is that actual campus safety comes from well-trained adults and students who are well-practiced in their responses to emergency situations, and then they're well-rehearsed in what their roles and responsibilities are at that time.
The district uses a program called Parent Square to send information to parents. It's a system that can send messages out in case of an emergency.
By the time we have a need to alert all parents, all staff, all students in any way, we can do that with extreme efficiency. So we want to make sure that we have all the facts and everything ironed out quickly and then communicate effectively. And then in that communication, making sure that we're including in there when our next communication is going to come to you. Right now, this is what we know. We're going to get back to you in 10 minutes.
The district says this year sharing new guidelines for parents to reach their student. There will also be community focus groups hosted this year to allow parents to share their thoughts about the new protocols. You can see that full interview with Bethel School Districts on our YouTube.
And with the implementation of this statewide phone ban in public schools this year, Eugene 4J School District is urging parents not to attempt to contact their children during lockdown events.
We do not want parents responding to a school when there is a lockdown in progress. The reason why it's locked down is there's a threat outside the school. I want all of our teachers and staff focused on the inside. Number 2 is don't call your student inside the classroom or text them. Again, we want our students paying attention to the teachers and the staff inside the school and not having to worry about their, mom or dad texting them, right?
The district also says not to trust what's put on social media during a lockdown event and to wait for official and accurate information straight from school officials.
Eugene 4J's first day of school are next week, and the district is preparing to keep its students and school zones safe. School buses will be transporting students to and from school. Parents will be picking up and dropping off students. And school speed zone limits will be in effect again. The district says during summer, people tend to forget about the school zone traffic laws, and it's working to remind them. The Eugene Police Department is helping out the district for the back-to-school season, providing traffic enforcement for multiple schools during the opening weeks.
A Springfield man who is a former youth sports coach, Cub Scout leader, and Springfield Utility Board member has been arrested on sex abuse charges. 61-year-old Mark Anthony Molina, who ran for Springfield City Council, was arraigned in Lane County courtrooms on Wednesday on 3 charges of sexual abuse in the first degree. His victim identified as a child. Molina was arrested on Tuesday after a complaint was filed early in the month with Springfield police by a parent reporting that their child had been sexually abused. According to Molina's LinkedIn page, she's also the founder and pastor of Living Waters Church in Springfield and the owner of Molina Leadership Solutions. Back in 2020, he was awarded the Springfield Chamber of Commerce Emerging Leader Award. His bail is set at $175,000. And in other crime news, the Lane County District Attorney providing more information on Wednesday on why the rape case involving Fern Ridge Trail was dismissed. The case against Timothy Joel Kolner was dismissed last week. He was accused of raping a person along the trail in August of last year. DA Christopher Perosa says new evidence came to light during the investigation that shed doubt on Kolner being involved. In a statement, Perosa said, quote, "While we believe the victim was the subject of a criminal attack, we are not comfortable, based on all known evidence, that Mr. Kolner had any role or responsibility in that attack," end quote. Perosa says after meeting with the victim and talking about current evidence, they decided not to proceed with the case.